Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this in the world. I hope you guys are doing okay. So I am on my way to Mount Fuji, but I wanted to record a really quick video. It's regarding a tweet that FDX put up on his Twitter, and it was about beef between a player called Ryujin, a Devil Jib player, and D All The Way G, which is a channel I'm subscribed to. I like D. I think D's a cool person. We've spoken. I watch his content. I support his content. I don't know Ryujin. I don't know much about him. And to be honest with you, the beef between them doesn't interest me that much. I mean, I've seen what's been going on, and it's more like a placeholder for a wider discussion around toxicity in the FGC. And FDX was basically saying that why can't we all just improve and play the game? And I think that people like FDX are good for the scene. I think they're good for any gaming scene. FDX's channel is very like education driven, you know. He's giving people the tools. He's certainly like taught me a couple of things, but he's giving people the tools to get better at Tekken and just get better at fighting games in general, which I think is great. And he's a very important component of the way things work in the FGC. I think he's very important to have there, and I really appreciate his content. But at the same time, I kind of disagree with his tweet, because this isn't an FGC thing. A lot of people will write the FGC is so toxic, but those have to be people that have only ever played fighting games or only ever been in the FGC. I wouldn't use the word toxic either. I don't like that word. I think it's thrown around a lot, and I've covered games that have nothing to do with fighting games. If you go through like my channel, there was a period where I wasn't covering fighting games at all. I was talking about all sorts of random things. And I covered Anita Sarkeesian, I covered the Uncharted, sorry not Uncharted, The Last of Us controversy when Last of Us 2 was coming out with Neil Druckmann. I've spoken about Sweet Baby Inc., which is a narrative consultant agency that has been infesting our games with all sorts of nonsense. We've spoken about Helldivers, and so I've dipped my hands in several communities, and I can tell you guys this is not an FGC thing. If anything, because I have been a part of these communities, and my brother is he was quite a well-known Call of Duty player, I think, at one point, very well known amongst people that play Pokemon. He was also very well known in Smash Brothers. I got to know the Smash Brothers scene. They're kind of like removed from the FGC, sort of. They're kind of there, but not really. They're kind of doing their own thing. I've got friends that are really high level at Counter-Strike. I've got a friend that's really high level at Rainbow Six and Gears of War. The anime arena battle scene, like Ultimate Ninja Storm, my boy Jamie, very high level player. I've been around all of these scenes. I can tell you that of all the scenes that I've been around, the FGC is probably the most inviting one. They're also the people that I find in all of these scenes to be the most down to earth. I have friends that I've made through gaming that are just like, they're acquaintances, you know. I keep them at arm's length. We're not going to go out anywhere. And then there's people that I've made friends with in the FGC that I'd actually say these are my boys. Like, these are people that I go out to eat with. I'd be happy to go out drinking with. I'd be happy to have over at my house. You know, I'm quite a private person. I don't bring people to my house. But there's people in this scene that, for example, Lion O, like I consider him my big brother. There's Cobra Commander. You know, he's been nothing but respectful to me since I met him. There's King J. You know, King J's my boy. We're in a gym group chat together. There's so many people. There's so many names I could go for. There's Ketchup and Mustard. You know, every time I see Ketchup and Mustard, you know, we're not close, but it's always very respectful. Even though we disagree on a multitude of things, I don't think there's anything that we do actually agree on. You know, I've recently become friends with Tom Brady, and we speak every now and then. Because I've been in Japan, I haven't spoken to him much, but there's that. There's D All The Way G, like he's a nice guy. I've spoken to him. What I'm basically trying to say is, but I can't go for everyone's names if I didn't give you a shout out, but I think the FGC, if you want to use the word toxic, is probably the least toxic out of all the gaming spaces that I've been around. I think that people maybe need to branch out and see what's going on elsewhere. But I also think that when you've got people that are competing, when you've got people that are fighting for first place, not even necessarily on a stage like EVO where Arslan Ash is playing, and Nee and all them people, but even online, you know, you're fighting to take points from people. Things can get heated and they can get competitive. This happens with all things, you know. I used to play basketball not too long ago, and even in there it would get heated. You know, we're shooting a ball into a hoop. When you break it down, we're shooting a ball into a hoop. It gets very heated. My dad was very into motorsports. You know, if somebody overtakes you incorrectly on the track, because my dad used to do go-karting and rallying back in Uganda, and someone does something wrong, it's fisticuffs, it's on site. This happens with competition across the board. You might find it to be more silly with gaming, but at the end of the day, you're competing to win. Now, I'm a calm person, I don't do those things, but I understand why they happen. And I'm not going to pretend like my blood doesn't boil sometimes when I lose at certain things. I remember one of my good friends, I haven't seen him in a long time, I hope you're doing well if you ever see this, Chris, Helter Skelter, for those of you guys in the UK FGC, was a very, very knowledgeable player. And me and him were very tight. And I remember we were at SVB, it must have been SVB 2011, it was the year that MK9 came out. And it was the match to go into grand finals. And I was on par with him, but I felt like I would win more games when we would play casuals. And on this day, he battered me. And I remember that was the first time in tournament that I let out like a fuck when the match ended. And he saw that, I was like, he hadn't seen that out of me. I was like, oh, what the fuck? So I get it, like competition, it can make your blood boil, you can get really upset. I got upset that I didn't make top 8 because I really felt like I was good enough to, and I wasn't good enough on the day and he beat me. And you know, sometimes you get your ass beat so bad that you haven't got anything to complain about, you were just scored. I remember when I faced Fox in the grand finals and he beat me so bad that I was like, can we just go get chicken and chips? I don't even know what just happened. It's one of them ones. I know it might sound like I'm rambling right now. What I'm basically trying to say is that there's so many people here that feel hard done by others having opinions of them or others pushing back on them.
Yo. Oh, you filming right now?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, cool.
Just do you want to go in my room now?
Alright, can I check that?
See my man, told him that I'm filming a video. Said that, bro, can you not come in your room when I'm filming? And cuckoo land. What was I saying? Fuck, I forgot my train of thought. Fantastic. I can't remember what I was saying, so I'm just gonna go with the next train of thought. Maybe it's what I was thinking before, but I think that the FGC and the competition surrounding it is always gonna have people that get very angry. I've had my run-ins with people that I don't like in the FGC. I mean, you guys are well aware that, like me and, for example, Fate, we don't like each other very much. There was a time where it seemed like we were going to be cordial, but our personalities just don't gel. I don't know what he's like in his personal life. You know, I don't pretend to know what he is like there, so I wouldn't judge him off that. I judge him based on what I see on his videos. Now, I don't like his content in the sense that I don't think he knows left from right, but he might be a nice guy in real life. I don't know. It's one of those things where when we're on Twitter, like I've put up some tweets about him before, and I've put up some tweets about some other people. When you're online, it can seem like it's serious. It can really seem like you hate this person. And I think a lot of people get too sucked into it and they forget that it is just a video game. And most of the time, when the computer turns off, people go back to their real lives. Like me and Fate had that back and forth for plenty of days. And whilst I was arguing with his community and I was arguing with him, at the same time I was in the gym and I was laughing with my boys. I was like, this is so dumb. Like it's not that deep. You know, some people take it very seriously. I mean, one thing that I love that Fate says, I'm just using him as an example because he's the one that I've had the most issues with, I guess, is that he always says, oh, the only pros, they take it so seriously, which is hilarious since he has a channel dedicated solely to complain about Mortal Kombat, which, you know, would be fine because I'm self-aware. Like I enjoy what I do, I enjoy critiquing games, and I'm trying to take my channel more seriously. I wouldn't say that I'm a pro, but it's just funny that he lives on like La La Land, you know. I've never seen a laid-back casual player make 800 videos about a game they don't like, you know. I think it's just hypocritical, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, me and him will argue, we'll have our back and forth. If I saw him in person, I probably wouldn't be polite to him, but I'm also not gonna, it's not one of those things where it's so toxic that I'm gonna run up on him, you know. I'm gonna run up on somebody I don't like and start fighting them. It's just people having words on the internet. I think the word toxic is thrown around way too much in this scene. I think if some of you step out of the FGC and you go to some other scenes, let me tell you something about Gears of War, yeah? My boy was playing for a team in Gears of War. I'm not going to say who it is to not throw him in hot water. Those guys are fucking crazy. I've never seen anything like that in my life. You want to talk about rabid Wolverines? Go play Gears of War. Get involved with their community and see what happens. Even the Smash Bros scene. I kind of take Smash Bros out of the FGC a little bit. I know people don't like that, but for me they're kind of removed. But I've seen more unhinged behavior from Smash Bros players than I have from the conventional FGC lot. I think that the community that we have in the FGC is a special one, but it's not going to come without personalities clashing. I mean, some of us are just content creators in the FGC, and some of us are more serious players. The content creators are going to have opposing opinions. They're going to call each other out. I call people out all the time. I've done that video on Low Tier God, and some people, a majority of people liked it. Some people didn't. I heard that he started reacting to it and he just turned it off. The thing is, even with a video like that, I don't dislike the man himself. My criticisms of him are with what he's doing on the game. I don't know what he does in his personal life. Quite honestly, I couldn't give a shit. I have no qualms with the man in his personal life. The same goes for Fate or any people in his community. I don't know what they do in their personal life. Obviously, trolling on Twitter and stuff makes it look like, oh, I really hate this person, whatever. But I don't think majority of us are like that. I really don't think. I mean, I was just with King J at Evo the other day, and me and Jay chat in private, we're in a gym chat together, and whenever there's like things going on, we're always like, it's not that deep. Even if we're involved in it, it's not that deep. It's just a video game. Like, there's bigger problems in the world. It's not that serious. Now, some people will make out like you're being serious to make you look like an idiot because it's a game, but I know, and those people that do that know, most of the time it's just not that serious. People don't care that much. We care in terms of, we'll click on the video because it's interesting to hear, two people that we watch maybe are beefing, we want to know what's going on. But that's as far as it extends. And for the people that are like, oh, there's two types of content creators, people that create original things and people that farm drama. Even those guys, I'm like, well, if you don't like it, don't watch it. It's that simple. I like watching drama content. I think it's funny. I've been watching the Aberrant Preach and Fresh and Fit stuff. You look at the views on those videos, they're very, very high. If people didn't like watching beef between content creators, then they wouldn't watch it. It would go away. I mean, look at Anita Sarkeesian. People didn't like her content and they went away. So all these people that are like, oh, fuck these drama content creators, whatever they call them. Not that I would even put myself in that boat. It's just, I like talking about things. It's like, it comes across as salt to me because their videos are not getting high views or whatever. And I think people care about the views too much as well. They should just put out whatever they want and people will come and watch. And if they don't, they don't. If they do. It's I don't know. I don't think I'm constructing this the way that I would like to, because I know that I'm in a rush. Every time I record a video, it's like I'm in a rush to go somewhere. My friends are waiting for me to do something. But I basically just wanted to say that it's the yin and the yang, right? People like FDX are very important for the scene, and they're necessary and they're inevitable. And the same goes for content creators or players knocking heads, We've seen Punk and some other players get into it. You've seen myself get into it with other content creators. You've seen bigger content creators fight, and it happens in all spaces. For you guys that are saying the FGC is so toxic, I implore you, go and try another community. Let me see how it goes. Go over to the Call of Duty community. I mean, I was playing Call of Duty before Modern Warfare even was a thing, so I was there when Modern Warfare became a thing. If you think the FGC is toxic, you ain't seen shit yet. You ain't seen shit. The only community that I would say is probably the least toxic, if you want to use that word, is the Helldivers one. They all seem united, and there's problems there as well, but that's less with the community and more with people trying to, I guess, infiltrate and change things up, and the community's pushing back on it.
Oh, there's hella toxic people in RuneScape. Oh, the amount of times that I've had cancer wished upon me and my family is atrocious.
But why would they wishing cancer on you?
Because I think about 50% of the RuneScape community base is just shit at the game, bruv.
Because you beat them, they cuss you out.
No, that's because I'm better at them. But I'm maxed. I'm completely maxed. All my stats are at the max. My bank value is astronomical, to the point where I shouldn't even say it.
How long you been playing RuneScape?
Well,
you've been playing it since
15 years. Yeah.
No, you've been playing it longer than that, bro.
No, since I was about 14, 15.
Are you sure? You weren't playing it when we were in primary school?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's a secondary school thing. We used to go to the internet cafe, me and the boys, internet cafe. We used to buy PCs next to each other and just play RuneScape. It was jokes. But where there's a lot of people doing the same thing, there will always be people that think they know better than you, or think that the way you're doing it is shit.
Yeah.
When a lot of the time it's just personal preference, right?
Yeah.
As long as you have a goal and you're on the path, any path to achieve that goal, there's always going to be people to try and knock you off your path just because they think that they know better. It's like you and Jim. How many people have gone up to you in gym and said, "Oh, bro, that's not proper form." Da, 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 da.
That Turkish guy, bro.
Well, see what I mean? Like,
No offense, eh?
you know what you're doing, and sometimes people just want to get involved in other people's business when they don't really have a reason to. They just want to be heard. They want to feel important. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was doing a video because in my opinion, the FGC, like the fighting game community, is one of the better communities.
Yeah, I would agree.
People in it that haven't really been outside of it think that it's very toxic. But being someone that's been in loads of different communities, I think that the FGC is probably one of the least toxic.
I think so as well, because the FGC is predominantly adult.
Yeah.
The majority of the player base is adult. There's very few instances where you would find kids playing fighting games. I don't know why it is. Maybe because the skill ceiling is so high, it sort of turns away youngsters, which I think it breeds a little bit more professionalism, which is like, that's why it's weird when like the video you did the other day with who is it, Tristan or Andrew, that said
Tristan,
that clip of Virgin Gamers, that's so far and few between in the FGC, just because everybody is quite respectful. Yeah, people have beefs and that and rivalries, but for the most part it's very respectful. It's nothing like the League of Legends community, for example.
Oh, fucking nightmare, isn't it?
Bruv, if you're on ranked or solo queue and you die once, it's game over, bruv. Just be prepared for be prepared to be lynched, basically.
Yeah, they won't have it.
They won't have it. And the thing is, they're shit as well. Pussy-holes. Absolute fucking virgins. Oh, you're so shit. Oh, you got ganked and you died. Oh, why didn't you use your sums? But they're probably the same rank as you.
Yeah, it's
if not, they're lower than you.
Overwatch as well.
Yeah.
Overwatch is terrible.
Bro.
I'm not even a part of the community now. I watch my friends play and I'm like, this is mad.
For what though? Do you know what I mean? Like,
because some ape jumped on you.
Yeah, bruv, you're playing a game.
Yeah.
Like these people are cussing other people out like they're being paid to play.
Yeah.
Shut up, bruv. You're dog shit, bruv. These people, bruv, they think they're so sick. If you're so sick, stream then.
Yeah,
but you won't stream because you're a pussy-hole. You just shit.
He's got a passionate now.
No, fuck these people, bro. They piss me off, bro.
The FGC is actually one of the nicest spaces in gaming that I've been involved in. So maybe just change your perception a little bit. When you see people arguing on the internet, it's not that deep. All these people go back to their real lives. Like, look at it this way, yeah. I was at Evo Japan. I wasn't there for long, but I walked around. I saw people that recognized me. Some of them didn't come over, and some did. And you get a lot of these people where it's like, they call you keyboard warrior, or they'll call you names like that, and it's like, it's not that deep because nobody's really gonna run up on you because you've got an opinion on them. Like, how childish are we gonna be? We can sit here and we can talk. Like I said, I've had conversations with Fate. I think he's a fucking donut, but I think he's a fucking donut in the context of his knowledge on the games and how he puts his content across. I don't know him in real life. You know, obviously I don't want to know him in real life, but I don't know him. I can't judge him on the merits of his character in real life. The person that you see online is not necessarily the person that you see in real life. That's the same for me. I talk about games on here, and I try to be as authentic as possible, I guess. But I do loads of things in my personal life that people may agree with or may not agree with, and I have my own trains of thought. You know, we don't talk about politics on here. We don't talk about any of that stuff. But everybody has their own leanings, so you can't really judge somebody as a whole based on their opinions on a game or the content they're putting out with regards to the FGC. Anyways, I'm rambling now. I'm gonna go to Mount Fuji, guys. It's hot outside, so I'm really taking this off. I got this nice berserk fit from a shop down the road. Guy gave me a nice discount, so done crazy shopping today. Bought so many JoJo's figurines that I don't even know how I'm gonna get them back to the UK. I'm not even joking. I bought figurines for JoJo's I've never even seen before. But anyways, guys, it's just a bit of internet drama, you know, people fight. It's not that deep. The FGC is actually a nice place, and if you don't think so, go outside and let me know how it works out for you. Specifically, go over to Gears of War. Let me know how it goes. Anyways, guys, take care. Have a good day. Peace.